You make more money than you did a few years ago, probably more than the version of you that used to dream about earning this much. And yet, it still feels tight. There's still that quiet knot in your stomach when a bill lands. You still do the little math at the supermarket. Remember that raise you got? The one you were so happy about? It felt amazing for about a month. And then it just became normal, and the worry crept right back, exactly where it was before. So somewhere in the back of your mind lives a number. The amount where you'll finally feel safe. Finally relax. And no matter how close you get to it, it keeps moving. So tonight, the real question, why do you never feel like you have enough money? Because the trap you're in was never really about the money. And understanding it might be the most freeing thing you do all year. First, the relief. It is absolutely not just you. And it is not because you're bad with money or greedy. This feeling haunts almost everyone, including people with far, far more than you. There are millionaires who lie awake with the exact same knot in their stomach. If more money simply equaled enough, they would have arrived. They haven't, which tells you something important right away. The feeling of not enough is not actually fixed by getting more. So if you've been beating yourself up, thinking a bigger number will finally quiet the worry, that's the trap talking. Let's pull it apart. The first piece of the trap has a name, the hedonic treadmill. Your mind adapts to absolutely everything, fast. A new phone, a nicer apartment, a pay rise. The first week it's thrilling. And then your brain quietly resets that thrill to the new normal, and the excitement evaporates. This is the same mechanism that helps us survive hard times. But with good things, it's brutal. It means almost no upgrade stays special. So you reach the level you used to dream of. Therefore your brain shrugs, calls it baseline, and immediately starts looking up at the next rung. You're running harder and harder on a treadmill, and the enough line is painted on the belt, moving away at exactly your speed. And right alongside it runs a second engine, lifestyle creep. Here's the cruel arithmetic. When your income goes up, your spending quietly rises to swallow it. The raise becomes a slightly nicer car, a few more subscriptions, take out a bit more often, small, reasonable upgrades that feel earned. But therefore the gap between what you make and what you need never actually closes. You earn 20% more and somehow need 20% more. People who got the big promotion they were sure would fix everything often feel exactly as stretched a year later, just with fancier problems. The treadmill speeds up, and you run faster, and you stay in precisely the same place. But the most painful engine of all is the third one, comparison. Because we don't actually judge our money by what we have. We judge it by what the people around us have. Deep in our wiring, status was survival. And the brain still asks, constantly, am I keeping up? And here's the catch in the modern world. You are no longer comparing yourself to your neighbors. You're comparing yourself to everyone, all day, on a glowing screen, and not their real lives, but their absolute highlight reels. The holidays, the new kitchen, the success posts. So your perfectly fine life gets measured against 1,000 people's best possible moments stitched together. Therefore, it always looks like you're behind. You could double your income and still feel poor, simply because the people you compare yourself to doubled too. Comparison is a race with no finish line, against opponents who are showing you a fantasy. And then, underneath all of it, there's the part that's genuinely cruel. What living with money stress does to your mind itself. Researchers found something striking. When you're worried about money, it doesn't just make you sad. It actually eats up your mental bandwidth. The constant low background hum of, can I afford this? What about that bill? Runs like a program in the back of your head, leaving less brain power for everything else. It's like trying to think clearly with 12 alarms quietly going off. So scarcity makes it harder to plan, harder to make good long-term choices, harder to climb out, which can create more scarcity. The worry isn't just unpleasant. It can quietly tax the very clarity you'd need to fix the situation, none of which is your fault. It's what stress does to any human brain. So picture the whole trap together. The treadmill resets your joy to zero. Lifestyle creep eats every race. Comparison moves the finish line out of reach. And the stress itself fogs your thinking. For engines, all running at once, all pushing the same conclusion into your gut. Not enough, Not enough. Not yet. No wonder the number keeps moving. It was designed, by evolution and by a world that profits from your wanting, to never, ever be reached. The goalpost isn't far away. The goalpost is on wheels. So, take a breath. Because here's the turn. If enough is a feeling that more money doesn't fix, then enough was never going to be a number. It's a state of mind you build, not a balance you hit. And that is strangely, wonderfully freeing, because it means the finish line isn't somewhere out in the future after the next race. It can start tonight. The research backs this up. Money genuinely matters enormously up to the point of real security. Food, shelter, safety, not lying awake over rent. Below that line, more money buys real relief, and chasing it is wise. But above it, each extra bit adds less and less happiness, while the treadmill and the comparison keep charging full price. The trick is learning to see the line you've already crossed, instead of only the rungs above it. And the way off the treadmill isn't earning more, it's noticing more. It's catching the comparison as it happens and remembering you're watching a highlight reel, not a life. It's pausing before the next upgrade to ask, do I actually want this? Or am I just trying to keep up? It's the simple, almost old-fashioned act of looking at what you already have, the roof, the meal, the people, and letting it land as genuinely enough, even for a moment. Contentment isn't the prize at the end of the treadmill. It's the act of stepping off it. But here's the thing I most want you to hear. The fact that you worry about money does not make you greedy or shallow or bad. It usually means the opposite. You worry because you're responsible, because there are people you want to take care of, because you want to build a safe, good life, and that is a deeply human and decent thing to want. That knot in your stomach isn't a character flaw. It's love and duty showing up as anxiety. And the truth the worried voice never tells you is this. You are very likely doing far better than it gives you credit for. You're carrying more than you realize, handling more than you give yourself credit for, and the version of you from years ago, the one who dreamed of being where you are now, would be amazed. You're not failing. You're a responsible person doing a hard thing in a system designed to make you feel like it's never enough. So tonight, when that quiet knot shows up, try something small. Don't fight the number. Just look around and find one single thing you have right now that a younger you once prayed for. The home, the person beside you, a full fridge, the fact that, tonight, you are okay. Let that be enough, not forever, just for tonight. Because enough was never waiting at a bigger number. It was always something you're allowed to feel, right where you are. And if that quiet knot felt familiar, you're really not alone in carrying it. There's a whole crowd of us, learning to feel okay in a world that profits from our wanting. So stick around. We make these for nights like this. Take care of yourself. You're doing better than you think.